So in this episode, we are going to make buildings. Don't be scared, it's actually easy, just like the rest. The first thing for us to do is let's enable cavity. So cavity and choose both. Then let's go into our front view, zoom in a little, go into wireframe and then edit mode. Press S and Z to scale on the Z axis like this. This is fine. Let's go into the Y axis. Press S and X to scale on the X axis. Nice. Then let's go back to the front view. Press Ctrl R or Command R and move the mouse to this edge. And you see this yellow line. So you click. When you see the yellow horizontal line, you click and then you move this orange line up somewhere here. Nice. So it divides the cube this way. So if I go into, so it divides the cube this way. Then let's go to the front face select, click on the face select, click here and press E to extrude this part out. Nice, this is fine. Now go and create the doors and the door and a window. So go into the front view, press Command R or Control R, and you see this yellow horizontal line. When you bring the mouse to this edge, you click and then you move it to the left a little. So this is fine over here. We press Command R again over here. This yellow line appears. We click and move it to the left a little, somewhere here. We press Command R again, move it to this edge, and you see this yellow line. You click, you move it up. Nice. We press again, Command R, we click here, we move it down somewhere here. Nice. And then another one, Command R. This is fine. And this time, the moment the yellow line appears, so let me undo, Command R. When this yellow line appears, you click and then you right click so that it stays at the same position. Let's add one line here and another line here. So Command R and then add it here, Command R. So make sure the mouse is at the edge here or here again, and you click and you move it here. Nice. So I'm going to create a door. To create a door, we're going to face select, press the middle mouse and form this angle here. So you press the middle mouse and move to form this angle over here. Select this face and then press Shift and then select this face. When you are done, you press E and you move it back. So this creates the door. Nice. Now let's create a window. What we are going to do is press E and bring it out a little. So you press E, you bring it, you move your mouse to bring it out a little. And then you press I to insert. So I, now insert it. So as you can see, and then you press E again to extrude, and this time we send it inwards. So this is how it's going to look. If I switch back to object mode, you would see this is it. So we've formed the base of the building. Now we are going to create the top part. Before we continue, we can reduce the height of this top part of the building. So let's go to the right view, Y, go into edit mode, go into wireframe, select vertices select mode and highlight this part. Press G and Z to move it on the Z axis. So now we move it a little bit down. Nice. So you can see the height has reduced a little bit. Great. What we are going to do next is add the top parts of the building. So we press Shift A and then add a cube. Nice. Go into wireframe so you can see how it appears. So wireframe, click on X to see the front view. Then go into edit mode. Nice. And then scale it down by pressing S and Z, and then scale it down a little like this. It should be almost the same height as the base. So when you get here, that is fine. Now let's go to the right view, and we have to scale it to fit somewhere here. So S and X, scale like this. Nice. Let me scale it down a little bit because there are some spaces here, padding here. So scale S and X, and then voila. Great. I'll go back to object mode and solid mode, then press G and Z to move it up till it's on top of the base. So here, this is fine. We can send it down a little. So GZ. Nice. So I'm going to create windows on this floor. So the way to do that is, let's go into front mode, front view, go into wireframe. I like wireframe because you're able to see everything clearly. Go into edit mode, press Command R and scroll down or up, depending on your mouse. Scroll up or down, and you see two yellow lines. The more you scroll, the more lines you see. So you can scroll in the opposite direction to reduce the number. So scroll up or down. So if you see two yellow lines, that is fine. And then you click first, and then you right click to release it. Now press Command R again and go to this edge, click and move it up a little to somewhere here. Command R again, click and move it here, and that is fine. Great. Then use your middle mouse to create this angle. Go into solid mode, go into face select. Select these three faces by pressing shift and selecting all of them. Now you press I to insert. So it's going to create something like this. So you do something like this. Nice. Now when you click to confirm, make sure the selections are still there, and then open this panel that is here and choose individual. So it's going to create the individual faces. You can collapse this. Now you press E to extrude, I to insert, and E to extrude inwards again. So we have our window. So we are done. Now if you want to create more floors, the way to do this is to go click on this modifiers button, click on add modifier and choose ARI. On the Z factor, you enter 1, press enter. On the X factor, you press 0 and enter. And you have 2-story buildings. You can add more and you have 3. Nice. Now you can copy by dragging on these 2 parts. Press Shift D and then press Y to move it on the Y axis, and then move it to this direction. You can press Shift D again, Y, and move it to this direction. Now I want this to be a 2-story building, so we can click here to reduce it. We want this to be 1, so we can just do something like this. So as you can see, we've created our buildings. Let's add something that gathers water on top of the building. To do that, press Shift A plane, and then you select a plane there. Press G and then Z to move it up a little. Let it be on top here. Nice. And press the middle mouse to move to this angle. Let's press Z here to go to the top view, wireframe here, and then go into edit mode. Now we scale, go into vertices select and scale on the X axis. So you press S and X and scale it down somewhere here. I think this is fine. Good. Now use the middle mouse to get into this angle. Go back to solid mode. Press E to extrude. press I to insert. Let's undo this. Before we insert, let's go into face select mode. And then press I to insert, and then E to extrude downwards. So you move the mouse downwards to create this space. So that is it. We go back to object mode. So you have the thing that gathers water at the top. So we can duplicate it to the top of these buildings as well. So the way to do that is to do, let's go into front view, press Shift D to duplicate, and then move it here. That's fine. Shift D again and move it here. Nice. So that is it for our buildings today. So we can hide the background and take a screenshot. Nice. So see you in the next one. Make sure to invite your friends to this challenge. Bye.